Hey everybody, welcome to What About the Game. Today I'm going to be talking about I and Me on the Nintendo Switch. I and Me is a simple puzzle platforming game from publisher Ratalaika Games and Chinese developer Wish Fang. It was previously released on Steam but is now here on the Nintendo Switch. When I say it's a simple game, I mean it. In each level you control two cute black fluffball cats simultaneously. If you press right, they both walk right at the same time. You press jump, they both jump. The goal is to guide both cats to separate picture frames at the same moment. The whole controlling two characters at once has been done before, and this doesn't do anything different to change that concept. It's not groundbreaking, but it still has its moments of cleverness. In order to get your cats to where they need to be, you need to use the environments to your advantage. You can use barriers to move your cats further apart or closer together, switches to move platforms, and even abuse sheep by bouncing on them to reach higher places. It's nice. There's not a whole lot of variety though. The 90 or so levels are divided into 4 seasons, and each season generally introduces just a couple more mechanics to the table. I and Me relies a little too much on the same kind of puzzles over and over again for my liking. That's not to say it's bad, it's just that there really could have been more. Each level is pretty small, and if you know the solution, can be completed in a matter of seconds. Thankfully, outside of the first dozen or so levels, you'll generally have to stop and think about a stage for a while. Some can be tricky and will need multiple attempts to solve. That said, it's still not the longest game in the world. You'll easily finish this within a couple of hours, and you need to take that into account as to whether it's worth it for you. What I do like is that, although the solutions themselves aren't too varied, the pace in which they have to be solved is. On some of them you can leisurely take your time thinking about the solution, whereas others require you to spring into action almost immediately as enemies come your way. If you get stuck on some puzzles, then the game is on hand to give you the solution. Pressing the X button at any point will show you exactly how the puzzle can be completed, in almost a flashback-like style. The game even suggests that you check the solution if it thinks you're starting to take the piss solving the stage. It's surprisingly generous of the game to do that, but it also makes it very accessible. The art style is rather lovely, but it does become slightly repetitive after a while when you see the same things over and over again. It's very reminiscent of the well-received Braid, but with less variety. I like the hand-drawn style, especially in regards to the cats, who just look so lovely and fluffy. They remind me of the Suck Gremlins from Spirited Away and My Neighbor Totoro, and any game that's art style reminds me of Studio Ghibli is instantly in my good books. The story is supposed to be profound, but it comes across as complete toss. Between each stage a quote pops up, as well as being able to collect 20 pages that are in some of the levels that reveal more of the backstory and the character's thinking. I don't even think it's been lost in translation from the original Chinese. With myself being rather familiar with Chinese entertainment and their ideas of profound stories, it's probably just a bit naff. Thankfully the story is the last reason you would play a game like I and Me. Something that I really think adds to the game is the incredibly sweet yet melancholic soundtrack. Some really nice string and piano instruments brought down with quite a haunting cello make it a great part of the package. I don't know if the music was bought or composed specifically for this game, either way it fits in rather well. Overall, I think I and Me is a perfectly fine, relaxing puzzle game that will keep puzzle fans happy. While it does have one very interesting game concept, it clings onto it for dear life and doesn't let go. Yes, there are 90 levels, many of which can provide a head-scratching challenge, but when it's basically the same gimmick over and over again, then it may not be to everyone's taste. I enjoyed it for its limited appeal, and others will too, but don't expect something exceptional. It's just nice. Okay guys, if you've enjoyed this video then be sure to like and subscribe, that will help me out. You can read the full review of I and Me at whataboutthegame.com, and you can follow me on Facebook and Twitter if you want to. All the links are below. Thanks guys, bye bye.